Donald Trump is now threatening China with a 104% tariff if they do not back down. China says they will not back down. If this goes into effect tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is effectively the end of, tens of thousands, 100,000 plus businesses operating in the United States. We are not just talking about economic consequences in the short term here. A 104% tariff on Chinese-made goods means everything gets hit. Now, for me, I got to tell you, I think doubling the cost of goods and raw materials will jack prices up so fast. These companies better be panicking. Everybody's probably panicking. This will nuke the Chinese economy. We make medicine. We get vitamin C. We make skateboards. We make baseballs. We make everything in China, and they ship it here for a premium deal. The fascinating thing with this is that before Donald Trump, we were about to sign the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have brought free trade between the U.S. and China. This would have been devastating for the economy, but that's the liberal economic order. Their plan was you create strong economic bonds, war can't happen because nobody wants to go poor. However, it also normalizes the economies, meaning if workers in China are going to work for $5 an hour, Americans better at the same time. Otherwise, they can't compete with Chinese labor. Only problem, Democrats simultaneously want free trade and minimum wages. That means it is impossible for a company to compete with Chinese labor. If Donald Trump does implement this, I hope you all realize the nuclear bomb this is. Look, it's 34% tariffs were big, but survivable. 104% tariffs would shut down thousands of businesses overnight in the United States. We've already seen people posting how one guy has this viral post where he said he runs a business. They import goods from China. They resell. He said, we put in an order a week ago. Now we got a 34% tariff. He's like, that means the cost that we were actually looking at went from a few thousand to tens of thousands of dollars. It was like, high thousands to now like $15,000, $20,000. He's like, these tariffs across the board are hurting our business. We don't know what to do. We don't have the money to pay this. They might have to cancel the order and turn it around, but then their business is gone. A 104% tariff? It's over. I was talking the other day about tariffs and the Boonies HQ skateboard company. That's our skateboard company. We sell a lot of skateboards. We do pretty well, my friends. For a skateboard company, I hope all the woke companies read it and weep. Let me tell you, any opportunity I get to talk about making products in America and the importance, I'm going to do it. Boonies HQ. You go to the store, you grab yourself a Boonies board. We got we're sold out of the chicken boards. Everybody loved the chicken board so much, they're gone. Art makes it, man. We do got some Tim Pool rooster boards. You can pick those up, though we're sold out of so many of these. We make these boards in America as North American rock maple, pressed in America, screen printed in America. I got no worry at all about tariffs. We are going to keep bringing all of our customers premium skateboards with all the pop you need for your kick flips and your tray flips at $55, which is cheaper than industry leaders. Yo, you put 104% tariff on this stuff. I got to tell you, the pro skateboarding industry will explode. I am very, very much happy about it. Now, let me tell you, it's a double-edged sword. I don't want the economy to explode. I really don't. So Trump is ripping off the Band-Aid with this move. If he does it, it's a threat. China says they ain't going to back down. So Trump likely will do it. Trump's no one to be trifled with. All of these scumbags that sold out the American worker are going to go to business. Wow. Talk about glorious comeuppance and an economic explosion. The repercussions will be very, very bad for everybody. But there's a catharsis in it. Do you want to cut off your nose to spite your face? Oof, it's so tough. I despise so much how the professional skateboard industry started sending North American wood to China so Chinese labor could make the skateboards and send it back so they save money. It's going to be a heck of a doozy when they look at their order form and they're like, that $30 board you bought, it's now $62 to get sent to the U.S. They're going to be selling skateboards for $200 a piece. I'm not kidding. Right now, Pro boards, some go for about 65. Prices went down a little bit. They range from about 70 to upwards of 100 for a pro model skateboard, depending on the art, the graphic. Some companies license famous intellectual property, anime or otherwise. Those are going to be a little bit more expensive. Some are limited edition. That doesn't count. Yo, with these tariffs, their profits are gone. And it's an industry that's already suffering largely because they sold out to China. You take a look at this. I'm going to tell you why it feels so good, despite the fact that I know it's going to be bad and I'm kind of scared. I look at these videos out of Asia, out of Japan, out of China, and I see their skate parks. And I see 300 kids all riding around, families running around, laughing and having a good time. And then I look at our skate parks. I look at our industry, gone. Nobody's there. Nobody does anything anymore. Our young people have been left behind. There's no inspiration. There's no opportunity. And it's because our culture was gutted by free trade. You know, these libertarians, with the respect, we agree on a lot, but some of them are too stupid to realize beyond layer one what happens to a country when you gut its working class. So they're cheering, saying, have the Chinese slaves make it. Graph go up. Graph go up. 20 years later, your industry is gone. No young people are buying your products. It's over. I look at this and I'm like, this is a nuclear bomb. And I wish I could see the looks on their faces in these corporate boardrooms, these board companies going, what do you mean he's doing 104% tariff? All of the factories we shipped overseas for slave labor? You mean it's going to cost us double? Oh no. Did you betray the American working class and sell them out? Allow me to not shed any tears at all for you. We were given the choice to launch our board company through Chinese manufacturers to save money. And we're not, you know, we lose money. Let me lay out for you. We make these boards. We sell a lot. We make a lot of money off of them. We are reinvesting all of it and then some back into the company. If we pulled back on our investments and just sold the product, we are profitable. That's good. But I'm investing more of my own money because I want to see it succeed. They came to me and said, Tim, $30 a board, you make it in China. 35, you make it in the United States. I said, $5? I don't care about $5. And they're like, yeah, but when you're selling thousands of boards, you're talking about losing $5,000. Listen, that's, you sell 1,000 boards, you lose $5,000. Is that really what you want? Now, they didn't really say it like that. They just came and said, here are the options. Here's a Chinese board. Here's an American board. I said, I ain't buying a Chinese board. And they were like, well, try them out. Chinese board was really good. No joke. Really well made. Really, really good. And I said, don't care. American only. The American board, completely comparable. I was like, they're basically the same thing. They were the same molds, but one was made in China, so it was cheaper. Shipping was more expensive, but the labor was dirt cheap. I said, we go America. And it was the right move. I want the American factories that make these boards to have support, to hire more people, to expand. I want them to show their kids. I want them to have kids. I want them to make enough money to have a family and buy a house. I want those houses to grow in a suburban area and expand into an urban area. I want more kids to be born who want to buy skateboards. I want to see demos. I want to see culture. I want to see expansion in America. And that's what it's all worth. And now with these moves, man, talk about a nuclear bomb. China ain't going to back down. Trump's probably going to do it. They say Trump said he's going to put an additional 50%, which is going to jump their tariffs to 104. Additionally, all talks with China concerning their requested meetings with us will be terminated, Trump wrote on Monday on Truth Social. Negotiations with other countries, which also have requested meetings, will begin taking place immediately. There's something else to consider in this. Some are speculating that Trump's major move here is actually to isolate China. Everybody else is going to negotiate to end the tariffs, but China won't back down. That cuts them off from our manufacturing and switches production to other countries who align with us, isolating and destroying the Chinese economy. Man, overnight, if Trump does this and he holds these tariffs, this is insane. Now, Congress wants to take the power of tariffs to Congress. They have the power of the purse. Trump has this limited power as it pertains to emergencies to impose tariffs. And boy, is he. I hope you guys are ready. Seriously, this is no joke. A 104% tariff on China means anything made in China will double in cost. Why don't you go to the grocery store Most food's made here. It's not made in China. But go look at utensils, appliances. Look where they're made. It's going to get crazy. I'll wrap it up there. Stay tuned. We got more segments coming up in a little bit, and we'll see you all shortly.